MB, the sexy ninja. Welcome to the NWP, the New World New World Podcast. Why did I say order? It's like, messing up already. Welcome. I'm sorry for the delay. We were supposed to drop last night, but we had equipment malfunction. So I'm very sorry, but thank you for hanging in there. Got all my notes. I'm ready to do this. Before we go on, this is brought to you, the NWP New World Podcast is brought to you by C Studios, baby. Also, the music is by GeNreal. Show him some love. I'll have his link to his YouTube page. Also, the logo is done by Penta The Unholy. I will have his link in the description below as well, so show them some love. Also, our sponsor is Shudder, SHUDDER.com. Shudder.com/podcast. Use the special promo code C+. CPLUS. You get 30 free days on us, and after that it's only $5 a month. The best horror streaming app out there right now. And I know Halloween's past, but it doesn't matter. If you're passionate about horror movies, suspense, thrillers, Shudder is for you. All right, so without further ado, welcome to the NWP podcast. Let's jump into it. And my favorite segment, Smack Me Raw. All right, on Monday Night Raw. The first match to kick off the night was Becky Lynch versus Sane, and Becky Lynch won with a submission. It was really great, but beforehand, Paige came out with the Kabuki Warriors, and she got green mist, and when she got that in her face, of course, dirty jokes came in my head. I was like, it's not the first time someone spit in her face or got something on her face, and ha 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 ha. Very crude. I'm sorry, but yeah, I had to. Give it. But that was a good match. Becky Lynch versus Sane. Very good. Then Becky Lynch won the match with a submission. Then we got R-Truth versus Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy won. It was an okay match. I really like the fact that Buddy Murphy's finally getting some wins in. I really do enjoy that. And we had a really cool segment with the Street Profits. I thought so. Some people thought it was kind of boring, but they just want the smoke because we want the smoke. We want the smoke. And that's all they want. They said anybody that's going to come at them because they won their first match on Raw last week. And now we want the smoke. That's right. Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet, the build to Crown Jewel. Ended in a no DQ. Ended in a DQ. Ricochet won. Next, Viking Raiders versus some local competitors. Chicago Cubs. Squash match. Why? They've already built to getting titles. You already had all this. Whatever. I don't know nothing. Andrade with Zelina Vega versus Sin Cara with Carolina to even the odds. But this is Carolina's Catalina Garcia. I'm glad they brought up the ring roster. She had the awesome luchador mask. But Andrade won. It was a good match, a lot of back and forth. I really did enjoy it. Next up is my girls, the Iconics, and Natalya and Charlotte. Natalya and Charlotte won with a submission, but I love the Iconics. I don't care what anybody says. The Iconics are hilarious to me. They're amazing. I think if they can work on their skill a little bit more, I think that they can go pretty far. Seth Rollins versus Eric Rowan. It was fun. It was a nose. It was definitely brutal in your face type match. It definitely was really fun. And Seth Rollins won is to build his match to him and the Fiend at Crown Jewel. All right, and then AJ Styles versus Humberto Carrillo. AJ Styles won with submission, but this kid is good. I gotta admit, this kid is really, really good. And I can't wait to see more of him. And the main event slot, really? Bobby Lashley and Lana embarrasses Rusev in the King's Court, or is it the King's Divorce Court? Who cares? You ended Monday Night Raw on that note? Really? That is, oh my gosh, I could not get back the time I spent watching that. Thank you, WWE. It was so awesome to see that. And then another makeout session over Rusev's body. Yeah. I have a big fake smile on my face. Yeah. All right. Now let's go to Smackdown, which was the far better show of the two. I'm going to say that right now. Why? Because there's a lot of superstars got stuck in Saudi Arabia. We'll talk more about that controversy at the end of the show, but let's just jump into high gear. Brock Lesnar quit SmackDown to get Rey Mysterio on Raw because of what Rey Mysterio did. I'll talk about what he did in my review in Crown Jewel. But Brock Lesnar quit SmackDown to go to Raw. Yeah, you heard that correctly. So we don't have no titles on the show at all? Because he is currently the WWE champion. Is he not? So we'll have the WWE championship and the Universal championship on Raw. I hope they strip him of it. Because, like, you know, I don't know. Then we had the SmackDown's Women's Championship match. Bayley with Sasha versus Nikki Cross. Bayley won. It was a fun match. Nikki Cross is definitely, I think her working with Bayley is definitely an improvement. But this was the big one. This is why SmackDown was so much better. Shayna Baszler attacks, beats down Bayley, and walks off with her NXT Women's Champion, making a statement that NXT's here. Then even more fun, Sami Zayn comes out and talks about NXT taking advantage of those superstars being in Saudi Arabia, being stuck there, and NXT's taking over. Then he gets the beat down from Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, who are forming a tag team. I'll talk about their match up here soon on that show, but no, they take a beating of Sami Zayn. And we get Miz TV, and Bray Wyatt is supposed to be on here as the Fiend, or Bray Wyatt. It was supposed to be on Miz TV, but of course, the circumstances, a lot of things had to change. So Tommaso Ciampa invades Miz TV, and we get Miz versus Ciampa. What? Ciampa wins, but oh my goodness. I was like, because I'm a huge Miz guy. I'm a huge Ciampa guy. So these two in the ring, and Miz held his own. That's what I'm saying. Miz held his own. It was a great match. Fire and Desire versus Rhea Ripley and Tegan Fox. Rhea Ripley and Tegan Fox wins with the submission. I'm just saying. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Then we have a backstage segment with Daniel Bryan, with Triple H, with Shawn Michaels and Adam Cole. And right then and there, they make an NXT championship match. Woo! That's all I'm saying, baby. That's all I'm saying. And Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan. This was takeover level type main event, especially on a SmackDown. It was delicious. It was awesome. It was amazing. And I have to dub that one of the matches of the week. It's a candidate. But no, Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan. And of course, Adam Cole wins. But now we're setting up Survivor Series. Raw, SmackDown versus NXT. Triple H and Shawn were on the side. They come in, and the everybody on the NXT roster comes up, and NXT declares war. That's how you end the show. And viewership was up 200% or some crazy crap like that. And they proved that the NXT can hang with the main roster. That's what was said. That's what was done. I can't wait until Survivor Series and all the matches, the dream matches, just like Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan. Yes, NXT. All right. Now let's go to the Tuesday Night Wars. NWA Power Episode 4. Murdoch versus Joseph. Murdoch wins. Great match. NWA Power is definitely the epitome of what wrestling should be, and it's only an hour and it's for free on YouTube. Go check it out. I will have the link to it in the description below. Jump on the NWA bandwagon because it is awesome and feel the power. I got my NWA shirt on right now. All right. Then we got an Aaron Stevens and Ricky Starks confrontation. That was pretty cool. And this was a big one. The Rock and Roll Express is coming soon to the NWA Power. They teased it. Coming soon. The Dawsons versus Kingston and Homicide. It's a no DQ match. The Dawsons wins. It was brutal. It was ugly. It was everything you needed to be. It was awesome. Bell versus Ashley Vox. Marty Bell, if you don't know, versus Ashley Vox. Ashley Vox won. It was a good match. It was a good match for what it was. They're definitely, I think their women's division is definitely going to grow. Aaron Stevens versus Ricky Starks. That was a fun match. Ricky Starks went over. Then we get to our main. Oh, wait. Then they showed a video package of Who is the Mark. Very old school vintage package. I love it. I love it a lot. All right, now, Nick Aldis, Colt Cabana, Ken Anderson versus James Storm in the wild cards in the main event. Nick Aldis, Colt Cabana, Ken Anderson go over, but my goodness, that was some good stuff, baby. You know what I'm saying? A little razzling and dazzling in the ring. But I gotta say, great show. It's just getting better and better and better. Jump on the NWA Power Train because you will not regret it. Go watch the first episode now. I got to do a shout out to the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, for including me in their 10 pounds of gold package, and everybody that had a reaction. You can watch that. It's 10 pounds of gold. And when you go to their YouTube channel, you can find that. But I'm in it. It's awesome. Thank you, NWA. And you know what? The NWP is definitely making some moves and is definitely shifting the podcast pro wrestling world. Why? Because Pro Wrestling Illustrated already sent a tweet or retweet or whatever about me because I did their top 500 list. Yeah, that's right. That's happened. Now the NWA showed the NWP some love. It had us included. My face is the last face you see on that package, and it is awesome. All right, now back to our regular programming. AW Dark. Great show too. Dustin Rhodes and Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon and QT Marshall. Dustin Rhodes, Sonny Kiss, definitely go over. Sonny Kiss is awesome. Freaking amazing. Dustin Rhodes is looking better and better. Big four-woman four-on match. Sadie Gibbs versus Penelope Ford versus Allie versus Emi Sakura. And Emi Sakura wins. It was okay for the most part. There was great spots. They definitely put their all into it. I would highly advise, check it out. And like I said, AW Dark 2, it's on YouTube for free. You can't go wrong. And then Coney does a sit down with MJF for this continued show from undesirable to undeniable, and MJF, of course, his interview, like when he talks, is like, I never felt undesirable. I've always felt undeniable. It's true because it's MJF and he's amazing. All right. Now, Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin versus Jack Evans. Great match. Darby Allin goes over, but yeah. I really did enjoy it. Darby Allin is a true talent that I think they're really building well. So I definitely got to give it. And if I had to pick either show was on par. NWA Power a little bit more because I'm a little biased at the moment just because they showed me some love, but that's okay. NWA Power is something that I think everybody should watch. AEW Dark is I think everybody should watch. So go check it out. Now to the Wednesday night war. We'll start with Dynamite. AEW's Dynamite, that is. Hangman Page versus Sammy Guevara. When you write notes, you look at the way you write it, you're like, oh, well, okay. Hangman Page wins. Good match. Next is Hikaru Shida versus Shana. Hikaru Shida wins. it was okay. It was good for what it was, you know, definitely putting in the work. And the Rock and Roll Express show up on AEW. And guess what? Santana and Ortiz and Santana attack. They beat down the Rock and Roll Express, for the Inner Circle is making their name on the show. Awesome. Bucks made the save. Of course, saved the Rock and Roll Express, but that was pretty cool. I marked out hard when I saw the Rock and Roll Express. Because the night before, you know, they're like, they're coming to NWA Power. And I was like, oh man, and they showed them on AEW. I was like, ah! All right. Best Friends and Orange Cassidy defeats Silver, Reynolds, and Marshall. It was an okay match, but it was good for what it was. Now, let's get into some meat here. The meaty-gritty. Cody and Chris Jericho they signed the contract for their match at Full Gear for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Great little segment here, a little back and forth. Jericho, shut up, you hillbillies. You know, and then they show a video of Jack Hager attacking Dustin and smashes his arm in the door. And then Cody's distracted and Cody and MJF go for the save, and it's awesome. The only thing about that Full Gear match I don't really care for is the fact that they announced that, they're going to have some judges that are going to pick the winner if it goes to the 1 hour draw. Yeah, let that settle in. So if it comes to the time limit of the 1 hour draw, you're going to have expert judges pick the winner of the match. I honestly think that is stupid. But who am I? I'm just a mark, right? I guess, you know. Mox cut a great promo. Oh, yeah, I jumped over this. The Elite versus Kip Sabian and the Hybrid 2. The Elite win. That was a fun match. But John Moxley, makes a great promo, being he's one tough son of a bitch. Can't mess with him. But now we crown the new AEW Tag Team Champions after the tournament. A great tournament, by the way. The SCU versus the Lucha Brothers. And the SCU wins the first ever tag team titles for AEW. Great match, fast paced. I can never say these guys have bad matches because they know each other so well. The SCU, the Lucha Brothers, it was back and forth, baby. I really enjoyed it. Now on the NXT. All right. Lo Sheree versus Candice LeRae. Lo Sheree won. It was an okay match. Definitely put it in the work, put it in the grind. That's all you got to do. And Finn Balor cuts a promo, promises to put Johnny Gargano back in the hospital where he belongs. That's right. Finn Balor's reborn. The Prince is here. And I see a lot of people criticizing his mic skills. Just give it time. Just give it time. Finn Balor, the return of the Prince, is here. Shane Thorne versus Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed won. That was a good match. The Kabuki Warriors versus Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox for the women's tag team titles. The best, I'm going to use a bad word right now, the best fucking tag team women's title match I have seen since the women's tag team titles were even introduced. You need to watch this match. This match with the Kabuki Warriors, Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox, was awesome. Kabuki Warriors go over, but this is awesome. Another contender for match of the week. Awesome. Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes wins. But then we have the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish versus Keith Lee and Matt Riddle. I'm really enjoying Keith Lee and Matt Riddle's teamwork. They're really reading each other as a tag team. So, but of course, the Undisputed Era wins. But great match. Good show. If I had to between AEW's Dynamite and NXT, I am going to pick AEW's Dynamite. Because there's a lot going on. You're building up to a pay-per-view. And NXT really didn't get the shine this week until Smackdown. So I think that's why I pick AEW Dynamite. All right. So as we go in, we had a pay-per-view happen this past week, and that was Crown Jewel. Yes, I got up Saturday morning, sat through it, and I did not know this. Okay, with the new update of the WWE Network, you can actually choose the matches you want to watch instead of fast forwarding into those little tab things. You're like, oh, that's the match, that's a match, that's a match, that's a match, that's a match, so on and so forth. I did not know that until last night yesterday morning when I watched Crown Jewel, and I was like, oh, okay, sweet. So you're gonna hear a match I skipped. All right, Crown Jewel. Overall, show was okay. Lots of fireworks. They spared no expense on those fireworks at all. The crowd was hyped. The crowd was live. They were there, and pretty much I think almost every match got, this is awesome, and even though some really wasn't, but sure. It's just saying. Okay. So with Crown Jewel, let's get into it. The 20-man battle royale to face AJ Styles later on. Carrillo won. And it's your typical battle royal, Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar start the show because the 20-man battle royale was on the kickoff show. Brock wins with submission. I was really surprised. Cain Velasquez, Cain Velasquez looked okay. He looked okay. Maybe a little bit more, few matches under his belt. They had definitely had some UFC style, two big dudes fighting each other. I think Brock held it very well, won by the submission. But the best part about it is when Ray attacks with the chair. That's why he's going to Raw, because Ray attacked him. He hits him hard with the chair. Bam, side, ding, 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 ding. It was pretty cool. The tag team turmoil, that's exactly what I skipped. I am tired. Well, I'll just tell you who won. The OC won. The OC won to be the best tag team in the world. How many fucking, trophies do you need for the best in the world? Especially when you guys go to Saudi Arabia. You always oh, we need a trophy for somebody. Who needs a trophy? Who has a trophy? We bought another trophy. And it's big. It's not as bad as that women's one, if you remember that one. But no, it's just here's another trophy. Yeah, because we go here, you can win a trophy to be the best in the world. No, we just need filler to cover the show so the show can go about 4 hours for everybody. Tag team turmoil. I skipped it. I'm sorry. It's the truth. I heard there was some great spots, but I don't care. All right. Mansoor versus Cesaro. That was really fun. Mansoor won, of course. I really enjoyed the match. And what's up with Cesaro wearing shoes? Is that part of his gimmick now? Or is he just well, if I'm here, I don't care. I'll just wear tennis shoes. Because has he been wearing tennis shoes on the main shows? I don't know. You comment below. I noticed that again because we went to a WWE live show and he has tennis shoes on again, and I was kind of okay. All right, now we got to Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury. Talk about an entrance for Tyson Fury. I'll give him that. He had a good entrance. He beat Braun Strowman from a count out because he knocked him out. He knocked Braun Strowman. He went, bah, and Braun Strowman was like, I'm knocked out and I can't make the count. And Tyson Fury wins. Out of debuts, Tyson Fury did not look good. He's too stiff. Not meaning he's rough or anything, but he's too the one where he did he jumped back up to his feet from his back and whatnot, and it just looks so bad. He's just so big, and Braun Strowman can move for a big guy. Tyson Fury for a big guy can't move. So. But Braun came in afterwards after Tyson Fury won, was all mad, and then he came out and bam, dropped him, and I guess we're going to continue this feud. I don't know why, but we shall see. Okay, then we had AJ Styles versus Humberto Carrillo, and AJ Styles won, but once again, another great match. I really enjoyed it from their last bout too. This one was cool. Natalya versus Lacey Evans, they were wrapped up, and fully covered, except for their hands, of course, and their heads. But, it was an emotional moment. And that asshole threw the water bottle. Fuck you. This is a big night. And, I gotta tell you, with Natalya and Lacey Evans, this was by far their best match that they've had. They've had a lot, And this is by far their best one. And it was emotional at the end because they're like, yo, we did something cool. And Natalya won, but it was a win. I really did enjoy the match. And I thought it was emotional on those levels. Team Hogan versus Team Flair. No one really cares, but Team Hogan won. But no one really cares, but the match itself was pretty fun. These big team matches, they definitely go. And when you have that much talent in the ring, that's what you can expect. But I did enjoy Team Hogan versus Team Flair. Team Hogan won. That's who I wanted, But great match. Universal title match. Seth Rollins versus The Fiend. With that finish where he goes into the boxes and they all electricity. Then The Fiend wins over Seth Rollins because he goes to the box. The box shocks his balls. And all of a sudden he's like, I'm blinded by the light. Woke up with the Fiend in the middle of the night. Blinded by the light. Woke up with the Fiend in the middle of the night. And he is your new Universal Champion. And I have a few thoughts on the Fiend. The red lighting did not bother me this time, but if we're going to do that with every Fiend match, it's going to get stupid. Unless you're just going to do it for the pay-per-view matches, and if he has a match on Raw or SmackDown or wherever, your Fiend's going to end up being. Stop with the red lights. I don't understand it. Like, it's very distracting. Like, there was some fun spots in this match, and there was some spots where like, what just happened? Because the red light's so distracting. It wasn't as bad as Hell in a Cell, because in Hell in a Cell, they had the big red cage around him, and they had the red lighting. So that's where that match kind of just falls on its face because it's so distracting. And plus, ending in a no DQ, that's even more stupid. But they made a point this time saying like, no matter what, it happens. And I gotta say, with the Fiend, he's missing something. I don't know what he's missing, but he's missing something. And that something's like, I don't know. I like Bray Wyatt. He can wrestle, but to have a gimmick like this is going to be hard, especially for the longevity of it. When you have a character that's a monster, and you got to make sure that character is building towards, I don't know. You tell me, drop your comments below. What do you think of the Fiend? He's missing something. I don't know what it is, but he's missing something, damn it, and I don't know why. Okay. So, but we'll see where it goes. The Fiend won, but like I said, they got stuck there in Saudi Arabia, and that's why we're going to go into the wrestling news now. So, rumor has it, I wrote here, Vince McMahon versus the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Mania match? I joke. But no, Saudi Arabia, they said mechanical issues for the plane, but a lot of reports are saying no, that's not the case. Other reports are saying Saudi Arabia owes the WWE money, so that's why Vince and the Prince got into it. And that's why they were held there. I know a lot of WWE superstars are not happy with this. And Brock Lesnar, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, they all got out of there before that happened because Brock has his own private plane and he's smart like that. So they got to go home. But no, a lot of people got held back. And I don't know, is this the last time we're going to do a show in Saudi Arabia? Because when I heard that they got stuck there, I got scared. Because I was like, then if Vince is going to have problems with the Prince of Saudi Arabia, especially if they're telling him, like, yo, you owe us money, because another report was saying that Vince threatened to take off the live stream right now, and not have it streamed to the WWE Network. We shall see. I don't know. But, yeah. And like I said, SmackDown's ratings did a big shoo because they actually had NXT carried some weight onto that show and everybody tuned in. The Rock will star as a former UFC champion in a movie coming up. The champion was Mark Kier. That was one news. So The Rock will be a UFC champion too. Oh, and speaking of UFC champion, y'all see that bad motherfucker championship on the UFC? Man, people are blowing up about that. They're like, oh my God, it looks so ugly. Oh, it's a gimmick belt, and oh, it's this. I'm like, yeah, well, seeing the way the UFC has been going lately, they definitely have been doing a little bit of the wrestling storytelling stuff. So, yeah. You know, because I get in arguments all the time. Like, no, you like professional wrestling? UFC is so real. I'm like, have you seen the product lately? Now you got a bad motherfucker belt? Hi. I gotta tell you, the 24/7 championship looks nicer than the bad motherfucker belt, the BMF belt. The 24/7 championship, the green gold, looks better than the BMF belt, in my opinion. Oy. Lance Storm returns to WWE as a producer. That was a big news. Lance Storm's coming back to WWE as a producer, but that means his school is closing up in Canada. And that's that, the Lance Storm Academy. I remember at one point, that's what I wanted to do. This was before the wife and kid. I wanted to go to the Lance Storm Academy and become a professional wrestler that way, but life got in the way and I got my way. That's it. That's all. Let me see. That's all I have for the news. That's it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really sorry for the delay. You know, I was really bummed. I had to tweet out and shout out to Penta for saying, yeah, be stuck in Saudi Arabia. I was like, haha, I see what you did there. That was funny. I loved it. No, and I really hope you guys are enjoying the NWP. I put a lot of work into the show. It's definitely some therapy because I get to watch professional wrestling basically every single day. And if you feel like, oh, you're not watching Ring of Honor and Impact and this and that more, there's so much going on. And I have 2 jobs. I work 70 hours a week at the jobs that pay me. And with this is, you know, I stay up in the middle of nights trying to edit, trying to watch wrestling and this and that. So if you feel like I'm not covering more New Japan or Ring of Honor or any other indie, I'm sorry, but I probably will try to do those in more NWP exclusives like I've been, you know, with the little things popped up, me toy hunting, etc., etc. But no, I really do enjoy this show. I hope you do too. I hope you join us every single week. And sorry about the delay again. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's all. That's the NWP for this week. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Check out our sponsors. Go to tpublic.com. Get yourself a sweet NWP shirt. Art by Penta The Unholy. Music by GeNreal. Much love to them. Much love to Pro Wrestling Illustrated for tweeting me out. Thank you for the NWA for including me in their package. I really appreciate it, and I just love professional wrestling. That's it. That's all. All right, y'all. Well, as always, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. And let him know the New World Podcast is here to stay for life, brother. All right, y'all. Have a good night.